Simon, many thanks for joining us tonight. Looking into some of the amendments that have been done, there's been, of course, a lot of noise around who a foreigner is, who an agent of a foreigner is. Looking at some of the amendments, are you now dealing with a lesser evil?
I think the biggest deception that has been propagated by the perpetrators of the law is what has been called the exemption clause. So the exemption clause creates about 8 categories of personalities and people who are exempted from the law. Again, springing from the letter presented by His Excellency the President to the committee expressing his concerns. Now, part of those that I have specific interest in has been the religious organizations. But as I've mentioned elsewhere, that the danger is not in exemption. The danger is in other provisions which can capture you in spite of the exemptions. For example, the crime of economic sabotage. It is not any lesser evil because economic sabotage, in essence, means you're publishing, you're communicating something that can defeat the economic progress of the nation. Now, if you're a religious leader X and you talk about an economy and an evil based on an agenda propagated by maybe a foreign entity, which is legally and justifiably bringing in resources, then you're potentially going to compromise.
Right.
The money is coming in. That becomes dangerous.
There's also complaints about, giving ministers so much power, and that also caused a lot of debate. And now that has also been, amended. Do you think that now it's a fair bill if you're to look at it?
That's subjective, and you have to pay keen attention to the mind behind the people who are pushed for the bill. When you read the majority report of the NRM, they make reference to a jurisprudential perspective of Justice Olive Wendell Holmes. Now, this was a propagator of what was called legal positivism as opposed to natural law. And in essence, what it means is that the state is the sovereign, not the people.
Right.
So the majority bill presents